This is Lida Tutorial 7.2, Editing Lists in the Lida Events Management feature. In this video, we will go into detail about all four of the event management lists. We'll show you how to edit them and explain why each is a part of the event management feature. To open the Events Management control screen, simply click on the Events Management button on the Lida home screen. On the left side of the Events Management control screen are the four buttons that allow you to edit the lists in this feature. Here is what these lists are for. The principal list will be your list of events. Each event will have a date, a time, a venue, an event type, and eventually a repertoire. It can also be optionally assigned a season, which is useful if later you want a report of all events in a season. Each event will be assigned the default venue from your venues list and the default event type from your event types list, and you will be able to change them if you wish. The list of seasons is optional and is provided for those users who wish to track their performances by season or who wish to plan an entire season's repertoire at once. Because of the event management feature's reliance on defaults in each list, it is imperative to have one entry in each list designated as the default. The events management feature will not work correctly without doing this. Perhaps the best way to explain all this is a demonstration. Let's first look at the supporting lists, starting with venues. Let's open up the Events Management Venues list by clicking the button or by pressing Alt-V. You can see our sample data has 3 entries. You can usually see how many entries there are on any list or any data set by looking at the number in the bottom of that window. Here we can see we are on record 1 out of 3 records. On the left side of each listing, we have the name and address of the venue. This information can be used later by people in your organization who need to mail something, like a check or an insurance certification, to the venue. At the right side of each listing is the information about the contact person at that venue, their name, phone number, and email address. This is all good information in the just in case you need it later category. Above the contact person's information are the list's ordering buttons. These buttons are common to all event management feature lists. There are 6 of them. The first one takes you to enter a new listing. The second button moves the current listing to the top of the order. This button is non-functioning if the listing is already at the top. The third button moves the current listing up 1 notch in the order, and this button is also non-functioning if this listing is already at the top. Buttons 4 and 5 move down 1 notch or move to the bottom, respectively, with similar non-functioning if you're already at the bottom. The rightmost button deletes the currently selected listing. In the footer of this screen are any notes you wish to keep on this season. The notes here reflect the currently selected record, the one with a small right-pointing triangle in the left margin. As I click from one listing to another, the notes content changes to the notes for that particular record. If you see an asterisk in the left margin rectangle, that means this is where you go to enter a new record. At the upper left of each listing, there is a checkbox for Set this venue as the default venue. Checking this box on any listing will automatically uncheck any other listing, and the only way to uncheck this box is to check another one. Finally, you can close this screen, as with any other screen in Lida, by clicking the Exit button or by pressing Alt-X. Next, let's look at the Event Types list. This list works just like the Venues list and contains all of the types of events for which you might want to schedule repertoire. You can see our default event types include formal concert, outreach ensemble gig, rehearsal, and parade. You're welcome to add to this list or delete from it to suit your needs. The Seasons list works the same way as the Venues and Event Types lists. While using this list is optional, we strongly recommend you use it and keep it up to date each year, as it will help the Events Management feature continue to function smoothly. The Events list is the most important list in this feature. You can see that in addition to the name of the event, we also have the date and the time. While the event type the venue, and the season come from other lists. Each of these will then show the default from those lists when you create a new event, but you can change those defaults in each record if you like. You should now have a better picture of the 4 event management lists, what they're used for, and how to edit those lists. In the next video, we will demonstrate how to add music listings to your events and your seasons. Please watch all the other videos in the 7-point series to learn all about the event management feature, then practice using it until you are comfortable with it.